A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Morning News Update for Monday, October 18. When Prime Minister Mia Mottley rings the election bell, John King will not be on the ballot sheet representing the Barbados Labour Party in St Philip West. King, a first-timer to elective politics in May 2018, who unseated David Estwick of the Democratic Labour Party, announced last evening that he is out. He delivered the news to constituents at a branch meeting at the Gordon Walters Primary School.
I've made a decision that come next election, I definitely will not be seeking re-election. I believe that I still have a lot of things that I would like to accomplish within St. Philip West and across Barbados for the 300,000 plus people that we have in it. But I think that I can do that in a different way. And so, Madam Prime Minister, I know that you have, you ain't get down on your knees and beg me, but you've been asking me time and time again if I'm sure. And I want to say here and now, I am sure. But I'm here for the people of St. Philip West regardless.
King is the second sitting member of Parliament to announce his departure ahead of the next poll constitutionally due in 2023. Prime Minister Mia Mottley announced that King will be replaced by Minister of Innovation, Science and Smart Technology, Senator Kay McConney.
But it wasn't only that she did that. Kay was well-rounded from the beginning, and I refer to Kay McConney. She was a person who went and represented at age 9 part of Barbados' children's first experimental theatre, John, which many of us knew was literally that vehicle that took a bunch of young children to carry Festa in Cuba in 1979. So she was representing this country from 9 years old in 1979 in Cuba.
The coronavirus death toll continued its worrying climb at the weekend. 5 COVID-19 related deaths were recorded, pushing the total lives lost to 119. The deceased included 3 women ages 60, 66, and 74, and 2 men 69 and 70 years old. They were all unvaccinated. 195 new cases were confirmed on Saturday from the 2,355 tests. Some 3,221 persons are in home isolation and 589 are in isolation facilities. The new cases include 90 males and 105 females. Of these, 43 are under the age of 18 and 152 persons are 18 years and older. Overall, Barbados has recorded 12,968 cases of COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic in March last year. To date, a total of 116,514 persons, or 43% of the total population, or 51% of the eligible population, are fully vaccinated. Meantime, Democratic Labour Party spokesman on entrepreneurship and small business, Ryan Walters, is urging Prime Minister Mia Mottley to ease COVID-19 restrictions. In a video message on the weekend, Walters suggested that government should allow vaccinations to continue and forego the idea of safe zones.
The livelihoods of our people are threatened. Rents are overdue. Foreclosures increasing. People are being put on the street or forced back to over-occupied family houses. Vehicles are being repossessed. Utilities are disconnecting. I can go on and on. Yet the people can't catch a break. It is not fair, and the government can do much better. The people did their part. Now it's your time to give them a blame. No one wants to die. No one wishes death on his neighbor. It is time to recognize the contribution that the public has played since March last year. We have all sacrificed. We've all helped to hold up the tourism product, doing staycations, patronizing restaurants, going to traditional tourist attractions. We've all followed the protocols. It is time to ease off the people, allow vaccinations to continue at the steady rate, work overtime to reach those vulnerable persons, maintain enforcement of protocols, but no to safe zones.
In other news this Monday, the vaccine water woes in St. John and St. Joseph are no more. So says Chairman of the Barbados Water Authority, Stephen Roberts, as he gave an update on the Vineyard Augmentation Project, which is now fully operational.
We have 2 storage tanks at Mount Pleasant, which receives the water from Vineyard, which is originally pumped from groves in 6 Roads. And that pumping station at Mount Pleasant, which then pumps into the St. Joseph, St. Thomas, St. Andrew, and St. John areas, is totally functional now. It's just the second tank, which is waiting on a fitting, which we are procuring from overseas. And once that fitting comes in, that tank will be completed and the entire project will be completed. But that does not affect the transition of water into the regions that we need water to go to. Because as I said, this second tank is only a backup tank.
By November 15, government is hoping to deliver more than 80,000 driver's license cards. Word of this from Transport Works Minister Ian Gooding-Edgell, who reported that just over 10,000 cards have already been printed and the distribution process has commenced.
I'm pleased to announce that the order of 100,000 plastic cards and the specially manufactured laminate have been received by the Barbados Licensing Authority, and the Barbados Licensing Authority has begun printing and distributing the backlog of the cards. Just over 10,000 cards have been printed. The Barbados Licensing Authority has started the process of coordinating the delivery of licenses to the public through the General Post Office courier system. We are using our special printers, but because of the special security features, it will take some time for all to be printed. The exercise to clear the backlog of over 83,000 cards, which consists of 9,646 for customers who renew their licenses online, and additional 74,227 cards for those who would have otherwise come to the office to collect what we refer to as face-to-face.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, my name is Michelle Thompson. I'm a visually impaired person. I am also a member of the National United Society of the Blind of Barbados. I am vaccinated. I took the vaccination due to the fact that I am diabetic, I'm asthmatic, and I also have high blood pressure. I had no side effects. Everything went calm and smooth, as my doctor said it would go. Please, people, go ahead and do the right thing.
Let's roll up our sleeves and get back to living.
To regional news now, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has brushed aside efforts by opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar to remove President Paula May Wheats from office. We get the details from TTT News.
However, the Prime Minister denies that he took part in any meeting that would have constituted a breach of separation of powers or interference with the process for appointing a police commissioner.
An opinion that there was a tripartite meeting between the Prime Minister and the President and the Chairman of the Police Service Commission, and therefore there was interference and la 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 la. Absolute falsehood. No such meeting took place. And I'll go further. I have never involved myself in any selection by the Police Service Commission of any list. I have seen no list.
The Prime Minister says, ironically, even as the opposition tries to finger the President in an alleged act of conspiracy, it was Her Excellency who was the first to point out that there were errors made in the appointments of Gary Griffith and DCP Jacobs to the acting commissioner posts.
On the international front, the leader of the military junta that has ruled Myanmar since its coup will not be invited to a top diplomatic summit for the region, a rare snub for the leader. We pick up the details in this report from Reuters TV.
The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, agreed to the move at an emergency meeting on Friday. The move is seen as unprecedented. Myanmar's Army Chief Min Aung Hlaing led the coup against the country's elected civilian government in February, but the ASEAN bloc is consensus-driven, and Friday's decision marks a rare, bold step for it. ASEAN traditionally favors a policy of engagement and non-interference. The bloc says it will invite a non-political representative from Myanmar instead. Singapore's foreign ministry said on Saturday the move to sideline Myanmar's military chief was a difficult but necessary decision to uphold ASEAN's credibility.
That's news, but for the very latest, you can visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.